am back again and I'm going to be doing my labour story delivery kind of video. Now Grace isn't actually with me in this one, she is with my mum, and it's actually the reason I've got the time to do it because she's so full on. Obviously she's she's 2 months old tomorrow, and it's just so crazy with her and James all the time. I never actually get a minute to myself. Like yesterday it took me until I think it was about 5 to eat my lunch, so it's a bit hectic at the moment, but nevertheless, let's talk about my delivery labour. I don't know, labour. Let's talk about my labour. So you will see James pop in and out of this video. Obviously he's with me, so that's fine. So it actually started I'd say about 3 weeks before having her. I was getting pains and I was in and out of the hospital constantly. It was awful, and I was so scared because I had a lot of worries with James and a lot of stress, and I had to go in and out of hospital near the end of my pregnancy with him as well. So it was kind of like stressful. Well, it was really stressful and worrying because I was so scared, and I was above my measurements every time. So she was actually measuring, I think it was, they said I was 43 weeks when I was 39, so she was measuring massively. But if anyone knows Connor will know that he is so tall, so it's normal for my children to be big babies. Now in saying that, when she did come, she was 7 pounds 4, I think it was, I said in yesterday's video. She was 7 pounds 4, and she was smaller than James was. James was 8 pound 15, so she was tiny in comparison to James. But again, she's a girl as well, so I'm thinking just because she's a girl, she's tiny. But lengthwise, very long. So yeah, during my pregnancy they were very worried in case you know, she was obviously too big and she wasn't comfortable in there. So I used to go, I had to go to the hospital every week or so. It was coming to the point, and then it was every few days because I was just so worried, and I didn't feel any fetal movement, and it just got to that point where it was really scary. And then on my actual due date, which was the 28th of December, she wasn't coming. So I got an induction date for the 3rd of January. But on Boxing Day I thought I was going to have her, and my big fear was missing my Christmas dinner. I don't care how bad that sounds, but I wanted my Christmas dinner. That's my favourite part of Christmas, obviously besides James opening his presents and everything and being Santa. But Christmas dinner is just up there with one of my favourite things on Christmas Day, and I did not want to miss that. So thank goodness you didn't come then, Grace, because I would have been traumatised and probably would have never forgive you. I'm only joking. But how many times am I going to say So I'm about to say again. So much pressure on me not to say So on the 28th of December, yeah, we were just waiting, nothing was happening, and I had an appointment then, I think the 29th or the 30th of December, to go up to the hospital, and then yeah, everything was grand. So on, I think it was, she was born on Thursday, me and Connor went up into the induction suite and I got given the pessary. So it was meant to be a 24-hour pessary, and honestly it worked straight away for me. It worked straight away for me, which was obviously really good in that sense, but the midwives and the doctors were adamant that they weren't going to give me any pain relief, which I can understand. You know, you wouldn't want to get it too soon, obviously in case it was just like false labour, but I knew that there was something going on in my body, and it was it was more uncomfortable at the start, really uncomfortable at the start. So I got like these, not contracting pains, but like cramps, and then they were very uncomfortable obviously throughout the day, and I did get pain relief. I got paracetamol, but it didn't help. So then I tried the bath, it didn't help. But you know, I'm not going to sit and go give me this, give me that. I'm very polite in that sense. I don't hound people, you know. I'm just like, I'll sit there in pain. Like if I was pushing Grace out, I'd be like, I'm alright. So yeah, it was very uncomfortable, but I was just determined, you know, just to move past it, and I was going to be okay. And I'm the type of person as well, I panic, and when I panic it seems like the whole situation and the pain's actually worse than what it is. So yeah, that's just not good. So I was trying to keep calm, and then like every couple of minutes I was like crying. I was like, I can't do this, Connor, I can't do this. I was like, it's okay, like, sorry, you are fine, you're gonna be fine, you're gonna see your baby at the, like, he is so supportive in that sense as well. Like, he's so good. Like, he will make me see the silver lining of any situation or any, you know, and it's really good because he sort of just puts me in place. He's like, Sarah, you're fine, stop crying over nothing, you know. And it's good as well when you're in that panicky kind of stage. So yeah, got the pessary and it worked a treat. So it was about, I got it at 11ish, 12ish, and it was about 4 or 5 I was getting really uncomfortable, but me and Connor decided to go for a walk, you know, just to sort of speed things up. And yeah, it didn't really work. It was just the pessary doing its thing. Long story short, then a few hours later it passed and I was getting really sleepy. I hadn't slept at all, so they gave me diamorphine and it was meant to help me sleep. It made me high as a kite, I'll give you that one, but it didn't help me sleep because of the pain. The pain was getting obviously a lot worse. Now, I don't want anyone watching my video to be scared of labour, because it is an amazing experience. Like, don't be scared, be happy, be optimistic, be positive about the whole situation, because it is an amazing thing. It is quite scary, but don't, you know, let other people's labour stories put you off, obviously, going into labour. So, hi pups. So, right, honestly, take a shot every time I say so or because you'd be steaming right now. What was I saying? Oh, sorry baby. Yeah, got that there. It didn't help me sleep. The pain got worse, and then obviously then midwife swapped. So I had 2 lovely midwives, which I'm so grateful for, because they made my experience so much more, you know, better. So that was really nice, just to be in that, just to be in the hospital with friends, you might as well say, because they made me feel like I was their friend. I could talk to them about anything, you know. It was just nice just to be comfortable in the hospital. So they swapped shifts. I had a new midwife come in, and then the pain was just getting so unbearable. And now I only wanted gas and air. I wasn't talking like big whatever, I wasn't talking about stupid stuff. I just wanted gas and air, and I got gas and air in the end. But before, I got codeine and paracetamol, so it's just basically paracetamol, codeine mixed together. I got that and I couldn't hold it down, and that's when the worry set in. And I remember ringing my mum, and that's where she was worried as well. She was like, if you're vomiting, you know, maybe this is the start of your labour. Like, if you can't hold anything down and the pain's making you feel so sick, you know, it's just the way my body is. If I'm really bad and really sore and pain, I vomit. So that was a treat, because I hate vomiting. I need some moral support when I'm vomiting. So when I'm sitting in that room vomiting by myself, I'm like, I can't do this. So I vomited, and I remember calling them. I was like, can you come in and help me? So can you pat my back and tell me it's gonna be okay? So she comes in and she's like, oh, okay, you vomited, like, this is, it was like, it was a whole big serious thing, because I was so calm and so cool and so collected that whole time. And well, I definitely wasn't, but then she gave me the gas and air then for the pain, and I got in the bouncy ball and I was bouncing away and loving my life. And I say I love my life, but the pain was awful. But I say that I was still walking around trying to make things happen that wee bit faster. And I remember lying on the bed then, and I was getting irregular contractions. So the pessary was working, but it wasn't working the way it was meant to. It was working too fast. So she says, right, let's take the pessary out and let's just let your body go into labour itself. But it was too late, because my body was in labour and it was doing the irregular contractions. So normally you're meant to have like a contraction, break, contraction, break. I was getting contraction, break, contraction. So it was very painful, and I was a bit delusional at this point. I actually remember falling asleep in the middle of the contractions, and everyone was very worried about me then. You know, they were like, okay, you know, you're so exhausted, we don't really know what to do here. But then I was rushed into delivery suite, and it was all a bit of a blur. Now, I didn't get any pain relief apart from gas and air, which I am, you know, to this day I'm very proud of. I think that's a massive achievement, and all the mums out there who have went into labour and haven't had needed any pain relief, hats off to you, because that was mental. So I went into delivery suite, and I obviously had the urge to push, and I was pushing, and my midwife was like, Pat, you know, don't push, like, you can't push, you're not ready. And I'm like, you tell me I'm not ready and I can't hold this in, and I'm pushing, I'm like, don't tell me I can't push. I'm like, nope, nope, baby's coming, and that is the crack. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, have this lady shouting at me, don't push, have this other lady going, sorry, hold your breath. Hold your breath for what? Like, well, what's going on? And then they're like, right, take her jewellery off, she's going in the theatre. And I'm like, well, I'm not like anything, I'm laying in the bed lifeless. But I'm sitting there thinking, why am I going into the theatre? So I have my engagement ring come off, I've got my necklace coming off, and next thing she's out. And that's the story, she's literally out, she slips out. I'm like, nope, pushing her out, I'm going to get her out right now. And then the midwife goes, right sir, I can see her head, you're ready to go, my water's just broke. And she's goes push, and I was like, happy days, because that's what I've been doing this whole time. And I've started pushing, and she literally slides out like butter. She slides out, it's like, it was mental, it was mental. I'm so Belfasty, when I'm so like Northern Irish accent is just driving me nuts. But yeah, it was crazy, and I felt every ounce of that pain. I literally, to this day, it makes me cringe when I think of pushing Grace out, because I can actually feel it now, how it felt. And also, I hadn't any stitches, which I would say this to Connor, I don't know if that's like an achievement or that's something people would look at you and be like, whoa. But I had no stitches, and she came out healthy, happy, amazing, beautiful, alert. She's the most alert baby I've ever met. So she was 7'4", and she had a massive, I was supposed to say massive head of hair, and she was just so tiny. And I remember saying to them, that's not my baby, she's too small, because obviously me and Connor, well, from James, really long babies, and she was tiny, but she was long. Just when they sat her on my chest, she was just so small. And it was just such an emotional experience, and Connor just fell in love with her instantly, I fell in love with her instantly, all of our family fell in love with her instantly, my mom, my nanny, his mom, you know, everyone absolutely lived when people ring me whenever I'm filming. So yeah, it was just unbelievable. And honestly, it's a bit of a whirlwind, but it's funny at the same time, because I was just so amazed that I did this myself. I did this without any pain relief. And with James, it was a completely different story. Now, if you actually watched my video on my labour with James, you'll know I had an epidural, I had diamorphine, I had gas and air, I had pethidine, I literally had everything. I just couldn't cope with the pain. Now, with this time round, I'm just proud, and I'm proud to say that I have had two completely different labours. It's really nice. And yeah, she's amazing, James is amazing, I love them both so much, and I really couldn't imagine my life without them. So that's really it. I don't really have anything else to say. That's my labour story, and yeah, I can't believe I have two babies now. It's a bit mental. Peppa Pig for the rest of my life. What am I talking about? So how many times am I going to say that? Is that just like the phrase of the video? Right, I am going to go now. I'm starving, James is probably starving. We have a busy day. When Grace comes back, we've got a lot of things to do, so that's what we're going to do. I don't know if you heard that right, hopefully not. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next video. Bye.